self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are conversation con artists. What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists back for another episode. I want to let y'all know to go to the website, www.conversationconartists.com, to check out our podcast episodes, as well as leave us some feedback on the mail side of things. I have not been keeping up with the website as much as I would like to. Don't mean that you can't listen to the old episodes or leave us that feedback. I'll get it together when I get it together. I also had articles on there. Now, if you've been listening, whatever you've been listening on, give us some reviews, give us some feedback, give us some shares. Whether it's SoundCloud, leave us some comments. We got some comments and stuff. Leave us some reviews on iTunes. Just any kind of feedback. We're looking for feedback. So you can find me on Twitter at Mr. MISTER_on point.
I wanted to do that before and I
Lion King.
Yeah, but I forgot.
I thought you were finna start singing Alouetta, Jante de Blue Moreta, whatever that shit is.
Alouetta, Jante Blue.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was.
Nah.
I was like, where'd that come from?
Yeah, that would have been really random. Shit, Lion King is random. Anyhow, I can be found on Twitter at red_calamity. We are still doing the Mr. On Point has a Hakuna Matata shirt. Just randomly.
I was like, you didn't even see my shirt, but this shit came out of nowhere.
Just perfect timing.
Yeah.
I can be found on Twitter at red_calamity, and we are still doing the listener letter portion of the show. If you have a question, you can send it into the website, or you can send it into our Gmail account, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com. This week we had a question about what is the difference, as we see it, between a friendship, a relationship, and a situationship. Which situationship is a new term for me.
It's a new term for you?
I think it's a new term in general, but like I just heard people like using it like earlier this year, maybe.
Yeah.
So I guess this is in regards to like dating. What's the differences between them? Situationships ain't nothing that I want to be a part of. Let me just say that. Because the situationship to me is where it ain't a relationship, but y'all doing everything that people in relationships do, and then when a question comes up, it's like, but we ain't together though. Like I feel like those are what situationships are.
But I think the problem is that finding that stuff out has been a prerequisite for relationships these days.
Finding what stuff out?
Like finding out if you're sexually compatible, finding out if the living habits of that person is something that you can deal with. Like it's not like the Bible days where it's like you don't know shit when you get into the situation.
Yeah, but I think situationships to me is when this goes on and on and on for long periods of time. This isn't because what you're talking about, like living together. For me, I ain't never lived with nobody, but I would assume that would happen after you've already established that you're in a relationship and you're living together. Like that's the next logical step.
A situationship is the weird space after dating for a certain period of time, but before a relationship.
I guess. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or I think some people go. See, here's the thing. And this is my own personal opinion. I think a situationship can also be where the two people go into it without the expectation that they're going to be dating, that this is just what they're doing. But my own personal opinion, that shit don't never work, because at some point somebody is going to want it to be more than what it is. It's going to be a problem. So for me, a situationship is just any gray area where there's no clear, because a friendship, those are clearly defined lines. A relationship, usually pretty clearly defined lines. Situationship is just that gray shit where it's like, who the fuck knows?
Okay. Give your breakdown of the three.
Okay, friendship is completely platonic to me. That's what a friendship is. Everything is platonic, it's cool. Relationship is a friendship that has a romantic element to it, because I think if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, you should at least be able to be friends with them. I would think. And then a situationship, like I said, is that gray shit that's in between all of those things. It's the friends with benefits. It's the, like, situationships is where you see this person regularly, I guess, but it ain't no clearly defined lines of what y'all are, I guess.
Okay. So a friendship, for me, a friendship exists outside of the plane of relationships.
Okay.
Like, a real friendship is one in which the male and the female never have some kind of attraction towards one another, or, you know, one feeling away or other one feeling away. I don't think that's. I think a friendship is only when you don't have that dynamic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes something else once one person starts liking the other person and this person don't like them back. You know what I'm saying? So I think a friendship can't have that romantic side on anybody, which I don't think happens that much. I mean, I don't know. I ain't done no studies on that shit. I think a situationship is when, like you said, there's no identified lines. But I also think that I think it can be accidental or intentional, right? So I think that friendship in which a man might be in the friend zone and a woman is using him for whatever she's using him for, I think that's a situationship too.
Yeah.
I think that a man who is leading a woman on to think he wants a relationship, but he just really wants physical from her, I think that's a situationship. I just think situationships are like, it's just that whole gray area between nothing and something. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like, dating is you get with somebody, you go out with them to see if you like them, learn about them, everything, and then it might be some sexual interactions, some sexual contact. That don't make it a situationship.
Yeah.
I think a situationship is when one person don't want a relationship at that point. You know what I'm saying? But one person might. Yeah. And clearly a relationship is just when you define those lines.
Yeah. I mean, how can I phrase this? I knew of someone where the entire time that they were, like, dating this person, they weren't claiming them. Like, as far as she was concerned, it was a relationship. As far as he was concerned, they were just friends with benefits. And so I guess that would be like a situationship that you don't know that you're in, where the person refuses to claim you outside of, like, when y'all are together type shit.
When does dating, like, does a situationship have to start off with dating?
No. I think a situation, because I think sometimes people go into it like, where this is just gonna be like, we just having fun, we're not dating, I don't want to date, you don't want to date type shit. And so I think it can begin that way. I don't think it has to begin with dating. But I think, again, my own personal opinion, I think it is very, very, very difficult for you to maintain a situationship in which everybody is cool with it continuing to be a situationship forever and ever and always. I think at some point somebody is going to want to start defining those lines, and it's going to be a problem.
Or somebody is going to find another person that they see themselves being in a relationship with while you've been in a situationship, and now you want to murder somebody. Yeah. You know, because I done put this time in. Do you think a situationship can turn into a relationship? Or is a situationship entailed by one person not really wanting to go into a relationship?
I think that's what, because otherwise it's just dating. I think that's what makes it a situationship, is the unevenness of the dynamic between the two people, that one person is not on board with it ever being more than what it is. I mean, I guess that's possible.
So there is a difference between prolonged dating, in which you are doing everything in a relationship, but this one person is just not ready for it yet, and a situationship. It's a difference between those two things.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're dating and everybody's aware that y'all, I think a situationship is one of them things where people may or may not know. You know, like I don't know.
So for a situationship, there's a component of not proclaiming that thing. Okay. Relationship, you proclaim it. A friendship, you ain't even in a place to proclaim anything. Y'all two separate individuals. A situationship, you're not willing to proclaim.
Yeah. One person wants to.
Dating is moving in a position to potentially proclaim.
Yeah. Well, and even in the dating, I mean, even in saying, well, I'm dating this person, we're not together, but we're dating is a bit of a proclamation. I feel like, but with a situationship, it's never anything even along those lines. Like, it'll be like, oh, we cool. Yeah, I know her. Yeah, I know him. But that's it. Like, it never goes any further than that.
So at what point are two people dating? Like, is it a certain amount of dates? Do they have to proclaim that we're dating? Or is it just assumed that you're dating after you go out with that person a certain amount of time? Like,
I have no fucking clue. I don't even know how that shit works anymore. I really don't.
What do you think it should be?
I mean, I feel like if you going out with somebody regularly, y'all like hanging out regularly, I think that's dating, isn't it?
But you can be doing that with multiple people.
You can date multiple people at once, I feel like. Like, dating doesn't have to be exclusive. A relationship is exclusive. Dating, I don't think, has to be. I mean, you can date somebody exclusively if you choose to do so.
Well, I think that makes the proclamation in dating a problem if you're dating more than one person, because you can't really proclaim.
Well, not
outwardly.
Everybody do that. Like, some people focus on one person. They're not going to be dating other people, so you can make a proclamation. Other people date around and date more than one person at a time. I don't have the patience or the dedication to date more than one. I just don't, because as it is, I'm already not the most social person in the world, and so going out on dates gives up some of my me time. So I'm not gonna be willing to do that across multiple boys, because that will suck the life out of me. It would just be way too fucking much. So for me, when I'm dating somebody, it is exclusively because I just don't have the energy for doing that with more than one person, because like, I don't understand these people who have dates lined up every weekend or a couple of times. Like,
for women, you can replace dates with meals. Okay, let's get that on out the way.
Pretty much.
I got these meals lined up. I'm going to lunch, I'm going to dinner, I'm going to brunch.
Yo, I got friends that do that shit though.
Like,
that do that. I am not gonna go out with somebody who I'm not interested in or don't think that there's a potential in, because I ain't finna waste your money. Like, I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. I believe in karma and shit. This dating shit already ain't working out for me as it is. I don't want to put no bad juju out there, so I don't do that shit. But I do have friends that they don't care how ugly you are. They don't care how unattractive they are to you. If you ask them out and there's a free meal involved, they'll stomach it just to do that. I'm not finna do that. If I don't see a potential, I'm not gonna waste your time and my time. And like I said, I'm already not the most social person. So if I'm gonna like be willing to give you some hours of my life, it's because I'm interested. It is not gonna be no free meal shit. I ain't got time for this shit, but people do that. But yeah, so for me, when I date, it is exclusively, even if we're not together or in a relationship, simply because I ain't got the energy to do more than one person at a time. I just don't. But other people do. So I guess the proclamation comes in whether or not you are dating exclusively or if you one of the people that date around, because you could do it either way. I mean,
so if you date around, you're not going to be proclaiming in that way.
It would be dangerous for you to do so. These women crazy. You don't do that. That bitch?
I just don't care to have to remember all these different names.
Yeah.
And
what you do, what story you told me. Trying to keep, because I already listen to people's lives all fucking day. That's what I do for a living. So I'm already trying to keep straight the shit for my clients and then your shit. It's too much. It's just too much. I have no desire to do that.
I mean, I'm just on dating sites just to have conversation and dialogue. And you don't know nobody's names. Somebody named Soul Glow 36863. Hey, how you doing? Send a message. And like, if you ever get to the point of texting, it's like, my name is Tiffany. It's too many Tiffany's out there, just to let y'all know, okay?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's a lot of people with similar names, and so it's like, I don't know who I'm texting no more. I just quit texting everybody at a certain point. Like, I don't remember who none of y'all are. I ain't invested in y'all. Conversation boring. It's a wrap.
I'm thinking about doing a video of me reading some of these profiles on PLF without putting like their screen name. I'm not gonna be mean, but some of these profiles are fucking hilarious, and I kind of want to do that.
Plenty of Fish got a lot of prostitute profiles.
See, that's from the men's side.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all don't see that.
But what we do see is the motherfuckers in prison. And what we do see is illiterate. Like, I can't that's why I want to read the profiles, because I can't tell you how many profiles I read that make absolutely no sense. Like, I literally, if I have a bad day, would just go on there and read the profiles of the people that sent me messages just for shits and giggles. Seriously, because it's hilarious. Like, or like the fake deep dudes that send like poems or like, it's just fucking, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. So I'm thinking about doing that because I just think it'd be funny.
It probably would be hilarious
because it's crazy. But
I think that when you look at so I got a little different situation. Like, I think you treat a person differently when you go into something, into a friendship with them, as you are going into a relationship with them. You do different things. You say different things. There's more pressure on how you communicate. You know. So, but for me, I want you to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be that cliche, my partner is my friend shit, because it's different. That's different than a friend. That's different than having a person that you're in a relationship with and you be like, that's my best friend, versus it actually being your best friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I could be in a relationship and still have a best friend over here because you ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Because we just started this as friends. We just started this out in a romantic kind of way. You know?
Don't word it that way.
I'm just saying. I mean, clearly, I'm just saying. I would never tell them that.
Yeah, don't do that. That would not be good.
I just know that you ain't. Sometimes it ain't the person that you will share everything with. Yeah. And I feel like that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I want that to be, that's the kind of thing I want to be open. So it kind of puts a dilemma in between friendship versus relationship. If friendship is never going to be, so I guess it's making me challenge how I feel about friendships in that way. But I think generally speaking, don't nobody look at it like that like I do. I don't know.
Everything is screwed up now. Like, dating, dating's the worst. Like, I'll tell anybody any day, I fucking hate it. I do. And I get mad. When shit don't work out with people. It is not even because, like, most of the time it has nothing to do with me being upset about, oh man, I really liked him. Most of the time it's like, now I gotta fucking go back out here and do all of this getting to know you shit all over again with another motherfucker. Like, I literally get more upset about that. The fact that I gotta go back and do this. What do you do? I have 3 brothers. I'm from here. Like, I'm tired of doing that conversation. Again and again and again. I get more irritated about the fact that eventually I'm gonna have to do this shit again. Thanks.
Well, that don't cause me problems. I guess because
I just hate it.
One of the reasons I like my career is the opportunity to get to learn about people. I mean, that being said, I get paid to learn about people. And so I guess that kind of acts as a buffer between the annoyance that I would have were I doing it for free, maybe.
I think that's the difference between you and I. Like, I think because I do this for a living, it makes me, I don't want to say I don't like people, but I get tired of talking to them. Like, I just get tired of because it's like every day is like it's a different kind of getting to know you conversation. Every new client is one of those situations in which it's just, I get tired of it. I get tired of people. I literally, like, some days go home, I don't want to talk to nobody.
Well, that's and that's like been my thing, because it's like, I'm not a counselor because I talk to people. I don't talk to people because I'm a counselor. I'm a counselor because I talk to people. Like, this has just been how I've been before I even knew I was going to be a damn counselor. Yeah. And so I think it's more natural for me to just talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, everybody ain't like that. It ain't. It's more, you know.
I mean, when I told my family I was going to school for counseling, they were like, "Why? You don't like people?" And I was like, "That's not true. I do like people." And they were like, "No, you really don't." So everybody was very shocked when I made this master's decision, because it's not that I don't. I think everybody looks at how I am in my regular life with people and assume I'm not like that with my clients. I do this because I want to help people, and I feel like I do help people. With that being said, sometimes I don't like people. Sometimes I don't.
I like everybody I know and hate everybody I don't know. Fuck everybody I don't know. If I know you, you're cool to a degree at least.
I don't know if that answered that. I feel like I don't even know. Do what we normally 20 minutes
worth of something.
Basically. So hopefully something in there was a gem. But again, if you have any questions that you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it in through the website, or you can send it in through our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com. So yeah. Let me talk shit about men for a second. Just get this out of the way.
See, why you gotta drag me into this shit?
I'm sorry, but
this can't be about a specific man.
It's about a problem.
It's about a problem.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all have heard about Tiara Payo. Tiara Payo, which is a young lady that went to a music festival in Brooklyn. Some random motherfucker was grinding on her. She asked him not to do that, and he literally shot her in the face. Now, I am not, jaded enough to think that every man is out here shooting women in the face because they get rejected. But I also know that there are a lot of men who may not shoot you in the face, but like, you have the worst experience. Like, the reaction, it's like, I don't have to give you my attention, motherfucker. Like, you should be able to hear a no and walk away and still feel like a man. Like, your masculinity is not my fucking problem or my concern. I don't care. Like, I should be able to tell you I'm not interested and walk away with my life. Or I should be able to tell you I'm not interested and not have you try to break me down because now you feel bad about yourself. So now I'm ugly or not cute or whatever the fuck the case may be. Like, for men to act like they're these big, strong, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, y'all got the weakest, saddest, tiniest, fragile, egg-like egos in the world. Like, what the fuck? Not you specifically.
But men,
like, I don't get you people. I don't get the whole ego thing. Like, I don't understand why it breaks you down so much for somebody not to be fucking interested. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that every guy is not going to be attracted to me. I don't give a fuck. I don't understand why this is such a big blow to you. And it ain't even about it being in public, because I've been out where ain't nobody else seen me tell you I'm not interested and have motherfuckers react, and it's like, why are you so upset? Like,
because I don't think it's about ego. I think it's about entitlement. I feel like in this misogynistic society, males, a lot of them feel entitled to a woman's time and a woman's, attention and to their body. It's just the same way. It's the same way as if a black person told a white person off back in the day. Who the fuck you think you talking to? It's the same shit. It's like, except it's the misogyny is the man versus the woman dynamic, because you have men out there who were raised in a family where the man didn't respect the woman and didn't value the woman and didn't give the woman options and didn't give the woman choices. And you got these men that were raised by those men walking around here thinking that you gonna be his mama and his grandmama in how you respond to the male's power or the male's presence.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but y'all ain't entitled to shit, like, at all. Like, you having a Y chromosome does not like magically give you all of these rights and shit. And I just don't. I mean, I feel sad for those men who feel like they should have been maybe born during a different time when women were more like, you know, cattle.
The thing is, not having that entitlement, but perceptually having it, doesn't reduce the problem. Like,
it doesn't.
It don't change the problem. All it lead me to tell you to do is carry you a Saturday night special in there with you, pump a few rounds in the nigga's stomach.
Fucking say that. Cause AC Blow is constantly on my ass about getting the gun. Now he gonna hit his shit.
Then don't get a gun.
Thank you.
Get a knife. Stab and twist. Stab and twist.
Well, I guess my point is that the fact that this even, like, that's sad. Like, it's sad that I have to be concerned about, even if I'm nice about telling you that I'm not interested, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna react. Are the odds in my favor that you won't shoot me in the face? Sure. But is it still a possibility? Yep. Is it still a possibility that you gonna, like, call me out my name? Yep. Is it a possibility that you gonna create a fucking scene where a scene did not have to be? When you could have just walked the fuck off, because guess what? Every bitch is not gonna be interested in you. That's life. You're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea.
You can get a taser. You can get a fucking slingshot like Bart Simpson. You can get some nunchucks. Like, what would surprise the shit out of a nigga more than you pulling some nunchucks out, flipping them bitches around and knocking his ass out?
You right.
He won't do that shit ever again.
No.
I promise you. He'll have PTSD.
Yeah,
I never talk to women again. But see, let me talk to you about the reality that creates for me. As you know, I'm a man. If I walk up to you, you don't know. I look fucking beastly. You know, I'm big. My beard like is on some other in the woods shit. Like, I'm beastly. Okay, so I'm gonna walk up to you. Beastly. You likely be. I don't know what's the word that means.
Not beastly.
What's lumberjackish? I don't know. I don't have plaid on though.
I guess that's better than beastly though.
I mean,
I get where you go.
Let a police officer describe me, then I'm a beast or a monster or some wild shit like that. But like, I'm just not clean cut. I'm just not, like, I can be intimidating just looking at me. Listening to me and talking to me, no. But just seeing me, yes. So the dilemma posed for me is if I walk up to you as a dude with well intentions, as a dude that's not going to call you out your name, and the dude that's not going to shoot you in your eyeball, you know, as him. Now, I'm uncomfortable. And I'm not saying uncomfortable because of my discomfort, because I don't want to make you uncomfortable. And so now I'm not coming up to you because I'm a good dude, I'm respectful. So that puts a slew of men that are not giving a fuck like I'm giving a fuck that's going to be coming up to you now.
And it's awful.
Because I'm just like, now it's like, and then you got, and I've always held a position that, you know, women are independent. And they go after their own careers and after their own cars and after their own houses and after their own everything. But they sit back and continue to wait for a man to come to them. But now a man can't even come to you because of the crazy motherfuckers done fucked up the women, because they fear for their lives now and they fear for their fucking self-esteem because of how they respond. And now I can't come to you because them crazy niggas done got me fucked up, because it's like, I don't even want to be perceived as that. I'm trying to keep a little bit of my self-esteem intact. Like, if I walk up to you and you clutch your purse and look over your shoulder at me and like look like I'm finna rob your ass, I don't want to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because them dudes has messed up the whole culture of the situation.
I mean, for the most part, I'm not usually in fear when dudes walk up. Like, honestly, when I see a dude walking up to me now, I just automatically have an attitude and get irritated. And this is why. Because I just know that 9 times out of 10, this finna be a fucking hassle. This isn't gonna be clean cut. This ain't finna be where I could just be like, I have somebody, I'm not interested, and just walk off and go on about my day. This is gonna be a situation where it's, bitch, you wasn't even that cute anyway. Or this gonna be a situation where, well, I ain't trying to be your man, I just want to be your friend. Yeah, cause you walk across this whole motherfucking store over here cause you looking for a fucking friend. Get the fuck out of my face, dude.
Let me tell you something about dudes that will approach you and then say that you ugly afterwards. Like, you're not ugly, okay? You were cute enough to be something with him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The reason that he does that is because his ego is so fragile that the pain that he feels from rejection, he needs you to feel that same pain. And so he say you ugly. You're not ugly, and he don't believe you ugly. He just got to do something to hurt you.
That is sad. That is the saddest thing I've ever heard. Like, again, I cannot relate to that feeling because, again, everybody don't like me. I've had people, well, I don't really walk up to folks. Not because I feel like women shouldn't, just because I'm not good at it. And when I get nervous, my like go-to is sarcasm, and not everybody gets sarcasm, so I can come off looking like an asshole instead of looking like somebody you want to date. So I really don't go up to people. But I mean, I done had situations in which I liked somebody that didn't like me, and it don't hurt me that bad. Like, it's like, well, damn, you know, he wasn't interested. And I just go the fuck on with my life. Like, I can't relate to having an ego so fragile that you get that in your feelings because somebody nicely said that I'm not interested. It ain't like I said, get your fucking werewolf looking ass away from me type shit. I was nice about the shit, and your ego's so fucking fragile that even me being nice about it, you still gotta bring me down because you feeling down about yourself. Like, what the? That's sad. That's just really, really sad to me.
It's unfortunate for dudes that have egos that fragile. My ego ain't. I don't give a fuck about ego. Like, I'm a man that coupons, that bakes, that don't fucking watch sports. I've been called gay plenty of times. I don't give a fuck. Like, my ego ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been called gay just from those stereotypical, what is it? Those stereotypical ideas of masculinity that if you don't meet them shits, they think you gay.
Yeah.
You don't watch sports? What? You bake this cake? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things.
But the cakes are delicious. How can you get upset about a delicious cake?
It's fucking science, bitch. Like, when you say, you know, you bake cakes that must be gay, I say you just don't fuck with science. I say, you know what I'm saying? Bill Nye would frown upon you. So I mean, I don't have that shit. I just never have. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I hate being the ultimate sufferer of these motherfuckers that do have them fragile egos, because
you the exception, not the rule.
I'm the exception, but I don't look like it because I fucking look beastly. Okay?
Stop using beastly. We gotta find you another word.
You find me another word. Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna use beastly.
Don't use beastly, because that just sounds like.
What does it sound like to you?
Like a monster, like a werewolf, like something to be feared.
I don't look like a motherfucker on Teen Wolf right now.
No.
Except grown man wolf.
No. Exaggeration.
I'm just saying. I mean, except I'm bald headed, so I mean, that's the difference.
Beastly's not. We're gonna come up with another word. I'll give you another word.
A word that encapsulates looking intimidating to a person that doesn't know me when I walk up to them. Okay. A word that encapsulates that.
I'll come up with that, but we're not using beastly. Not beastly.
But I'm suffering from that, you know, and this is nothing that I've done, and this is nothing that women done. It's what them stupid ass niggas have done, who walk up to you and will call you names after that, or who will do some harm to you because of it. They are messing up the culture of how everybody else that's worth a damn interacts with each other.
I mean, that's the same way I feel about women. I feel like some of these women out here fucking it up for me, because I'm not the kind of person. I'm not finna be your side chick. I'm not finna fight some bitch over you. I'm not. I'm sorry. But I feel like side chicks and main chicks and all of that shit is becoming so accepted, and women are falling into that when I come along and I tell you, you done lost your fucking mind, then I look like I'm the crazy one. I look like the unreasonable one or whatever, because this becomes the norm, like what these other women are doing. And then for women like me who ain't got fucking time for that shit, it creates a problem. And I don't blame men for that. I absolutely do not blame men for the whole side chick, main chick. That I blame women. Because y'all the ones out here allowing this shit to fucking happen. People do as much as you allow them to do. So if you out here allowing yourself to be called a side chick and y'all bitches getting t-shirts and shit made because you proud of this shit, kind of, what you expect them to do? People do as much as you allow them to do. So I blame women for side chicks and main chicks.
But
and
this
all
shit
that
really,
shit.
this shit has really been going on forever.
It has.
It ain't no different. Like, instead of being called side chicks, it was just called, you got a family on the other side of town. Like,
yeah.
Except the thing is, back then, at least the man was providing for both of them families.
Oh, yeah.
To the point that, you know, they didn't get together, have an intervention and kill his ass. You know, but it was also a time when women were not as independent. And they might not have necessarily been able to provide for themselves outside of him. I mean,
you can now.
Or you might not have wanted to, even if you could. You just might not have wanted to put in the work to do so.
Which is sad.
But women today can. So the difference is that men have side chicks, but ain't nothing else expected from a woman for having a side chick.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't have to offer a woman nothing.
Nope. Which fucks it up for me, because you gotta definitely offer me some shit. I'm out here cool, me and Kingston. You have to bring something to my life in order for me to include you in it. You just being a nigga's not enough. I'm sorry, it's not. Like, that ain't enough. And so then again, I look like I'm unreasonable because Susie down the street just allowed you to come in her house and drive her car and eat her food, and I'm not finna fucking do that shit. I'm sorry. Not gonna happen. This ain't finna be no baby boy shit. I'm not finna not have a car cause you in the shit. No, the fuck I look like. Sorry.
At the end of the day, all this relationship shit is all kind of fucked up.
All kinds.
And it's the people that ain't doing normal shit that's fucking it up for people that want normal shit. Like, don't have side chicks. Dudes, I know that shit is appealing. But you know what? It's going to get complicated.
It always does.
You increase the chance that you get murdered by 50% at least. And it goes up the number of side chicks and side women that you have. You increase that shit.
Cause these women crazy now. It ain't no key in your car. It ain't no slashing your tires. They slashing you. You're gonna die.
Women, don't accept a man that's taken. Like, there is no best case scenario out of that shit. You're going to eventually get pregnant and have a baby that he is not going to raise with you. Okay? That's how it ends. That's how the story ends.
And I don't understand. What kind of prize is a cheating ass man? Like, for women who feel like, oh, I took him from her. Guess what the fuck gonna happen? The next bitch is gonna take him from you because he a bounce around dude. Which means he just whoever come up, you not gonna keep him. He's not keepable. So your pride in taking him from somebody else is gonna be very, very short lived because he gonna get took from you.
And I just don't understand. Motherfuckers don't be wanting to share the same cup with people. And they got a damn sharing the same man out here. Like, what they sharing? You sharing people. Like, what the... If you share a man with somebody, you need to let everybody drink out of your goddamn cup, okay? You need to let everybody eat off your damn plate and let them use the fork.
Essentially, you do
without wiping it off. I'm just saying. That shit don't make sense to me.
It doesn't. I don't know.
Listen, dudes, let me tell you this. If you know that you get kind of even a little bit perturbed, I pulled that word out for this.
Perturbed.
If you get a little bit perturbed, just a little bit, that a woman says no to you, you got entitlement issues. And you need to look in the mirror and you need to figure out why you get upset about that shit. Is it because you believe you deserve it? You deserve that time? You deserve that dollar? Don't nobody owe you shit.
Nope.
All right? And if you would get mad at a woman telling you no, you need to shut the fuck up and go open you up a Plenty of Fish account and get mad online. Because you're fucking it up for me. You're making it hard for me to exist out here and feel like I can openly approach a woman without her being fucking terrified of me for looking word that is substituting beastly that we have not identified yet.
We gonna come up with something. We are. While we're on ain't shit dudes, okay, that may be. No, I feel like he ain't shit. Anyway, Tyga and fucking Kylie. So Tyga is a joke this week for a different reason. So he was at a car dealership looking to purchase a new vehicle when the vehicle he already has was repossessed at the dealership. How fucking embarrassing is that? And then his younger, teenaged, because she's still like 19 now, girlfriend, bought him a Bentley. So the joke now is that Kylie Jenner is like the youngest sugar mama in the history of sugar mamas, because that's essentially what she is for him right now. Not only that, Kanye announced his lineup for his Good Music label, and guess who the fuck is on there? Tyga. Now, I was never a Tyga fan, let me just say that. But I will say, even for the people who were, I don't really listen to mixtapes, so I can't speak to that. But his last studio album went like double aluminum foil. So
damn.
I just don't understand, outside of doing a favor for his sister-in-law, why he would have signed Tyga. So Kylie's like a young sugar mama, and this again is that shit where you not finna be driving my car. I'm not finna be out here caking no dude. I'm not finna do it. I am sorry. I don't care if I woke up tomorrow a billionaire. I am not about to be floating somebody. Like, I'm not finna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not finna go get me a Jody. I'm just not gonna do it. And I feel like that's what it is. And Kylie, like, is the one with the money right now.
I think this was with the Good Music label. This same thing that happened with Big Sean. I think Kanye benched people. Like, Kanye be on his other fucking wild unicorn monocle top hat fucking endeavors and shit. Fashion, all that other shit he be into, and he don't put effort into his new artists. So I mean, we probably ain't gonna hear no goddamn music from Tyga in a while, no way. But if I had a woman that was like, "Oh baby, your car got towed, let's go get you a Bentley," what I'm supposed to say? I'm supposed to say, shit. I ain't got that masculine ass, fragile ass ego. I ain't got to be the nigga making all the money. You can make all the money if you want to, and you can buy me all the cars and whatever you want to do if you want to. So Tyga, in that sense, is the winner.
I guess because Kylie out here looking stupid as shit to me. I wouldn't have done it. Like, and you asked me earlier how Kylie makes her money. Kylie has these things called lip kits. They're essentially lipsticks, but they have like two parts. I ain't bought them shits because, one, y'all know how I feel about the Kardashians. I cannot support. Two, they cost too much. And three, I have a problem with the fact that she was able to get this makeup line for lips that are not hers. She got fillers in her lips and got lips like mine, and then they out here giving her fucking makeup lines and shit so that you can make your lips look like hers, which is a joke because in order for her to get hers to look like that, she had to go visit a doctor. So I already have a problem just anyway with that whole thing because her lips ain't hers. Them ain't her lips. Those are fillers. But you got people out here who were born with these lips who do makeup and would never have an opportunity like this. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. That's how she make her money. That, and I think she got some extensions maybe. I don't wear weaves, so I don't fucking know. She wears a lot of it. I think she has her own like extensions maybe.
Tyga winning and she don't give a fuck. Like, if she worth $1 million, and I'm just rounding down, I'm sure she worth way more than that. If she worth $1 million and she spend $500,000 on Tyga, if your girlfriend is worth $10, she'll spend $5 on your ass. Or $100, she'll spend $50 on you. Like, at what point do wealth play a role in it? Because to us, it looked like a Bentley shit. You know what I'm saying? That looked ridiculous. But it's the same as paying a car payment.
But I guess it's not. If his shit was together and she bought him a Bentley, that's one thing. If the dude that I'm dating, if I'm just doing something nice for him, that's one thing. But if your car get repossessed while you're out shopping for a fucking car, like that, What? I think my issue isn't that she bought the Bentley. It's that she bought a Bentley for somebody whose car just got repossessed. And who out here doing albums that go double aluminum. He losing out here in these streets is what I'm saying. The only way he's winning is through her.
He gotta have some kind of income. Maybe. I think it's likely that he decided he didn't want that car no more and he just stopped paying for it. You know, like folks do.
Yeah, but this the second time he didn't have a vehicle get repossessed. The other time was when I think he had a shoe line or had done a shoe with a company and he was doing like a sign in the shoe boxes or whatever. And they repossessed his shit. Like, at what point does you already a joke because nobody respects your music. You was dating a child who's just legally above the age limit right now. You already a joke. Why would you add to that by letting your shit? Like, if you don't want the shit, he could have took that shit back himself and said, hey, I can't make these payments. I don't want to make these payments. Here your car. Why would you allow that shit to get repossessed? Like, you know how far, well, I guess probably not, because it was like a Lamborghini, so I wouldn't imagine they would let you get too far behind on your lease payments before they took that shit. So why wouldn't you just take it back? Then you out shopping for a car, which is the hilarious part, is that you out here like you got money to buy a new car, and the shit you already got is getting repossessed. So I guess my problem with it isn't that she bought him a Bentley. It's just where he appears to be in life and where she appears to be ain't on the same level at this point. It doesn't seem. I don't know what his finances look like, but again, I just feel like even if you got tired of a car, because there's other people who you don't ever hear about them having no shit like this happen. And they may be changing out their cars. They just ain't finna let nobody come repossess that shit. Like, I don't know. I think he is out here winning in comparison to her. She just out here looking like she got a Jody. She out here looking like Baby Boy. But like on a higher financial level. They ain't in the projects. That's the difference.
It is what it is.
With his dreams his rap dreams.
I don't know none of the shit he do. I don't give a rat's ass about Tyga.
All I remember, he had that Rack City, and I'm sure that was years ago. I don't listen to him, so I don't know of his music. But I do know, because it was such a joke, that last album was like shit. It really like sold a tiny amount.
He did that shit with Chris Brown.
He should have or shouldn't?
Shouldn't have
done, yeah. Oh yeah, they did have like a whatever best of both worlds, like with R. Kelly and who did R. Kelly do that with?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z
should have never did that shit with R. Kelly.
Jay-Z got room to fuck up. Tyga do not. Tyga wasn't at a level at which he could afford to fuck up how he did.
You gotta recognize your limitations, okay? I don't think Tyga ever gonna be a superstar.
No.
Maybe if he rebranded himself in 15 years like Titty Boy did. 2 Chainz.
I still can't believe that was that motherfucker's name.
But you can do it.
I guess.
You gotta play the long game.
That's all I have.
Okay. So, federal government is trying to get out of the private prison business. So, I grew up. My pops was locked up. Right, we used to go to the jails to visit him, and I don't know what went on there, but just reading about but that what interests me in just understanding prison and shit. Mm-hmm. But you got for-profit prisons out there which have caused a whole shitstorm of issues, including judges giving people time, judges sending juveniles to specific detention centers, to organizations, those private prisons trying to save money. Like, when you put money into things that can have an adverse effect if you don't spend the money effectively, you got a problem. And the numbers in federal prison in the last, I want to say, 5 years have gone down. It's gone from like 220,000 to like 170 something thousand, which is what's supposed to happen with prison. The idea is to reduce crime, get that shit going down, moving down. It's only continued to increase for private prisons. And not only that, but They're no safer. There is more violence. There's more contraband. The facilities are poorer. The supervision is lax. Like, there are few, if any, positive reasons to have a private prison other than the idea that in America, a capitalist country, we're supposed to be able to start a business if we want to and profit off of it and be successful. It's just a problem when that hinges upon crime in people's lives and trying to get people back out in the community, rehabilitating people. You're not putting money into those things. So the federal government just pretty much announced that they were ending all contracts with private prisons because they feel like they can run it the best. You know,
that the government
can run it best. Yeah, which is gonna cause a problem, especially with the Republicans, because they believe in the private sector.
Of course they do.
You know,
because a lot of them benefit from it.
Yeah, I mean, because they giving money to a lot of people that benefit from that.
Yeah,
and they creating a lot of money for states. In Alabama, our governor, which it failed, was trying to use $800 million to create 4 new prisons. He was using that to create prisons so that he can put money back into the general fund. He wanted to create those prisons with the idea that it was going to put money into the state. Like, that's fucked up.
Fuck that guy. He fucked up altogether. Like, just Google Alabama's governor. He just have his hand in all kind of fuck shit.
And you know what? Like, being a Republican in Alabama trumps any fuckery that a Republican candidate or governor can do.
Yep.
Because that's what we see. Ain't nobody trying to condemn him for the shit he doing because
a fucking helicopter to go retrieve his wallet that he left. Are you kidding me? Who does that? You leave your wallet and so your aunt, and then he talking about it was a matter of security because he the governor and he need his wallet. If you don't get your fucking Mr. Burns looking ass and sit down somewhere, like, you sent a helicopter and use state funds to go retrieve your fucking wallet. Fuck out of here, man. That dude is... he looked just like Mr. Burns, too.
Yeah,
just like him. Which is sad.
And he is as much as fucked up as him.
Yeah.
You know, I done talked about this on the podcast before, but when you get into CEOs and politics, the rate of sociopaths goes up. And that's when you don't care about people. You don't have empathy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we see in politics today. We seeing a lot of people that just don't give a fuck about the people. Yep. They saying that they give a fuck about the people on their campaign trails, but in practice, they don't give a fuck about the people because they don't do shit for the people. Mm-hmm. You know? I mean, like, that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to politics. But I was just glad to see that they making that move as far as the government goes. The next for-profit problem is for-profit schools. ITT Tech is closing the shit out of all of their universities,
which is fucked up for the people currently enrolled. I mean, they'll get to finish out their degrees, right? But who want to graduate from some shit that's gonna be obsolete at the time that you fucking grad? Like, who cares?
But who want to start the fuck over though?
You right.
Like, I'd rather finish with some bullshit than everybody say your shit ain't worth a shit.
Yeah.
But the evidence shows that the shit wasn't worth a shit for real. I mean, now that's not to say if you go to a for-profit school or Virginia College or Brown Mackey or ITT or DeVry, if you go to those, that don't mean you're not going to succeed. You can succeed just like a motherfucker in the hood. It don't mean everybody ain't gonna get out the hood. It just means that it happens in such a low probability that when you look at it as a whole, those degrees aren't as valuable as those institutions lead you to believe that they are. You know, I mean, and not only that, but it's like contributing to the being a catalyst to perpetuate poverty, because it's a situation where you're at home, you got kids, so you got a job, and you got obligation, and you see a commercial that say, hey, you can go to school, and we got all these programs, and you don't even have to leave. You can do this online. You can come to our office once every 2 weeks, and you enroll, and you apply, and you get financial aid, and it goes to that school, and at the end of the day, when you graduate, your degree is not really taken that seriously in a lot of contexts. And
it's not going to help you get a better paying job, because now you have the added bill of this financial aid that you received. Exactly. On top of the bills you had prior to getting this degree. Now like you have an added bill.
You in debt, you got a degree you can't do shit with, and that's what it looked like. But the government started cracking down on for-profit colleges, because 13% of the American population are enrolled in these universities, but they get 31% of the federal funding. And so they're not able to promise and keep up with the promises that they're giving for these students for the government to continue to give money. So they like halted that money. They were like, hey, we ain't gonna give y'all no more money because y'all fucking up. But it turns out like that's just what they were contingent upon. These universities, they want that money. Like, it's no point of continuing to operate if they can't get that federal funding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because now they got to create standards. You know what I'm saying? And they got to make their degrees worth something. You know what I'm saying? And they got to follow up. Now, again, not to say that don't mean that your degree ain't worth anything if you came from them universities. It's just that the government has seen a trend of a lot of people not being able to do anything with these degrees. And they're in severe debt. And they can't pay the government back because they ain't got no damn job. Because they couldn't get no job with that degree they got because it ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just created a big issue. So ITT Tech closing their doors, and there's a lot of motherfuckers mad.
I'm sure the fuck they are.
And I think at first they told them that it was like, you can finish your degree, they just won't be enrolling no new students. But it turned out it's just a wrap. They just
so the people
the
that were in the middle of their degrees,
yeah, it's a wrap.
That is so fucked up.
Now I read some articles where some schools were trying to, you know,
get those
give
students
them credits and shit for that. But I mean,
that's so fucked up. Damn.
I just always live by the principle is if it's too good to be true, it probably is. You know what I'm saying?
And I used to see them ITT commercials all the time, especially like when I was still in high school. I don't see them, well, obviously I won't see them now, but I didn't like. There are other universities now that I see the commercials for, but ITT was the one. Like when I was in high school, I just remember seeing that commercial like all the time.
Yeah, and like that for-profit colleges, they profitable. I mean, shit. That's why Master Peach tried to get in that shit with ICDC. But I promise you, if you go look up ICDC College at the Better Business Bureau and look at the reviews, like I feel like if some of them folks saw Master P today, they'll murder him. They don't even care about the consequences. Like, it's people that's in debt that never got their financial aid checks. Like, it fucked them over. And I mean, not to say that the best for-profit college ain't a good college, but when a for-profit college is fucking up, it messing up a lot of people's lives. You know what I'm saying? It's not helping and it's not contributing to society. You know, it might as well be a fucking pawn shop in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just takes from the community and it don't give much back. Now it gives shit back to me because I love fucking pawn shops and I'm gonna find a lot of camera lenses in them pawn shops and I'm gonna buy them like I continue to do now. But
or maybe like the those payday loan. There's like a million.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You go like a block, there's one. You go another block, there's another one.
But only in the hood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's like those
Except
places.
Easy Money has been showing up in like better neighborhoods around here, but like most of them are in the hood. They seek to strip from the community. They don't give nothing back.
Cause are there any around here?
Easy Money.
Where
It's an Easy Money.
at?
It's an Easy Money down right next to Chowtown. It's a shopping center right next to Chowtown.
Oh, really?
It's an Easy Money right there, and a UPS store.
I've been to that UPS store.
Yeah, it's an Easy Money right there next to that UPS
Never
store.
paid attention to it.
Yeah.
But see, in the hood, they're flashy, like they're huge.
Oh yeah, in the hood,
like,
they everywhere. Like
they're everywhere. You can't miss it. Like that Easy Money must have like a small, like the UPS store sign is small. You have to be looking for it.
That shopping center ain't got shit in it.
Yeah,
damn
it's
no
small.
way.
I went to that UPS store because I think that I had to go to that specific one to mail off something, but. It ain't flash. It ain't nothing that's gonna draw your attention and like you gonna go there. But in the hood, like they're huge signs, colorful. Like,
well, I rode down Bessemer Superhighway, which is basically the hood. It's just where the poorest neighborhoods are gonna be. And when you ride down, all you see is pawn shop, gun store, liquor store, payday loan. Bullshit ass car dealership. That's all. Like, that's it.
yeah,
I mean, you wonder how poverty continues to exist in these, you know, ghettos or whatever, and it's because people from the outside come in to take as much as they can from the community, and they don't put anything back into it. They don't put anything into education. They don't put anything into the roads and the infrastructure. They don't put anything into the real estate. They don't put anything into anything, and You can't get something from nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Stevie Wonder.
You gotta have something.
If you want to be with me, like, that's the
Kylie
shit.
Jenner. This is what I'm trying to say. That should be your theme song.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So, I mean.
Gotta have something.
Do you know anybody that got like a degree from one of them places?
I don't.
I feel like I've known people that have gone to Virginia College for like since it opened.
Yeah.
But still go there. Like they ain't never, like it been like 10 years and it's like they still be having on their Virginia College shit. I'm like,
when you go graduate?
Exactly. Like, why is it taking so long?
I don't know of anybody. Yeah. Most of the people that I know personal, like I know like clients, but like I don't have anybody in my life that has. Like most people that I know went to like either a regular college or a HBCU.
Yeah. Same here.
So
I don't know nobody with no degree from one of them schools.
I think maybe my brother like started going to ITT, I feel like, but finished out somewhere else. That's sad that I don't know, but I don't.
But it's appealing though, because you know, before your university put you through 2 years worth of bullshit ass classes that ain't really relevant. And I would say that they are relevant, but they not relevant physically. I think that they are relevant in phasing out who really ain't trying to be in college.
Yeah.
If you really want to get to what your major is, you gonna stick through them bullshit ass classes. If you're not, you gonna drop out.
The
because
American
at the end of the day,
Lits, the fucking history, like all of the stuff that you just fucking did in high school.
I mean, the best that them 2 years did for me is when I played a trivia game at Olive Garden on that little machine they got. I know some shit. I know some shit now.
Yeah.
You know, that I wouldn't know if I just went straight into like psychology and counseling and shit. But I didn't know when them damn finite mathematics.
Oh my God.
I don't even remember what the hell that is. I need to look up what the hell finite mathematics. That's the only math I had to take. All the other maths I had to take after that was just research and statistics.
The sciences, the labs, which I don't understand the labs because we never did anything that I can remember that required us. Like we met in a lab. We ain't never do no lab type shit. You had that lab book that you worked in, but
no, we did some lab type shit.
I can't remember. Maybe we did it. I just don't remember.
You must not remember. We had to have taken like the same science professors at least at some point.
This was like, sadly, I just realized this, but that was almost 10 years ago. What the fuck? I've been out of undergrad almost 10 years. Literally, what the fuck? I just realized that.
Did we both graduate at the same time?
I got 07.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
A decade. Now I need one of them fried pies. I'm sad now.
Delicious.
Shit. Yeah, 10 years ago. So I don't really. 10 years ago, I don't remember. I really remember. And more than 10 years ago because I graduated in. It's been over 10 years because I graduated in 07. So that means I was doing them labs in like 04, 05 type shit. So I really don't remember. I don't know. I remember meeting in the lab because it was like an hour, but I don't remember what I did in them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't remember lab shit, but it probably was. I just don't remember. But yeah.
It's a picture going around on Facebook, right? Mm-hmm. It's a picture of a man and his son. It's an older guy and an infant. You know, infant laying on his side. And then it showed a picture of his son, an 8-year-old, laying on his side. Then it showed a picture of him about, 12 or 13 laying on his side. And then it showed him at 18 laying up on his side. And all four of the pictures, it showed the lifespan of that young boy from infant to 18 laying on his daddy's side. And so here comes these fragile ass toxic masculinity ideal holding ass dudes who are saying that boy ain't got no business laying up on his daddy like that. Two men ain't got no business being so close like that.
How about let's concentrate on the fact that this man has been in his son all 18 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the
or that their relationship is close enough that they even wanted to take this photo together. Like, let's concentrate on that shit.
Exactly.
Because that's the shit that we usually get shit for, is that niggas don't stick around. He's been there 18 years and they close enough to where they wanted to document their relationship through this photo, but y'all want to concentrate on the fact that he's like, this is his damn daddy. Like, what the fuck? He can't lay on his daddy?
But y'all niggas still listening to Lil Wayne and Baby though.
Oh,
y'all niggas listening to Young Thug though.
With this fucking Southern Belle. Okay, not gonna get into that again. But yeah, I don't get it. Like, I've never understood that hyper masculinity. I get it. I get why it began that way in the African American community. I don't get, like, I want my husband to have that kind of relationship with our son. So hopefully he can keep him from being out here doing stupid shit when he gets to be older. That hopefully he can be the influence that keeps him from being a statistic later on in fucking life. Like, that's beautiful to me. That's great that dad and that son have that kind of relationship where they wanted to document that son's gonna have that when his dad ain't here no more. That's a beautiful thing.
I think it's a dynamic that we have older men in our society that existed when homosexuality was scrutinized so deeply that it just wasn't acceptable. But you have young generation that is growing up in which those things are acceptable, and now you have a dynamic between the older generation and the younger generation. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like it's even more so still the African American component, because I feel like I don't know that white men would have viewed that the same way and had such a they kiss their sons in the mouth. I've seen it. Like,
they kiss their dogs in the mouth.
Well, neither here nor there. But
do you do that?
No. What the fuck? I wish Kingston would.
See, don't act like that ain't. Don't act like it's just like it's just normal or nothing like that.
No, that's disgusting. He licks his balls. I've seen him. I don't want him kissing me. That's disgusting. But I don't know that white men would view that with the same, like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that same. And I know somebody gonna be in the comments about how, you know, slavery and that. I know. I don't. Please don't try to school me. Please don't. But what I'm saying is, I feel like it's even more of a problem in our community, like being able to foster that relationship with your son and feel masculine at the same time. Like, I don't get you people.
What do you think makes it that way in the African American community?
I guess having so many things taken, that now it's like I'm a man, obviously. You know, and not having overcompensating. I feel like y'all have had to overcompensate for so long that it's hard to turn it off at this point. Probably
from this, you know, a lot of stuff that we have in our society today are just residual effects from slavery. And so when you have men that have been emasculated for so long and treated like less than men in front of women by slave masters and stuff, you have the generational pass-throughs of knowledge that make you feel like you still have to overcompensate with that stuff. And so there you have men that are overcompensating for it. But
then what happens is you raise these suppressed ass little, like, I get so mad when I hear people like tell like, boys don't cry. What? Yes, boys do cry. Men cry. Y'all cry. Y'all just don't want nobody to know about it. Like, I personally, I do not want to raise a suppressed ass son who out here acting out because he can't show any other emotion. Because anger we'll accept anger. You can be angry. We expect you to be angry. What we don't expect you to be is embarrassed or vulnerable or any of those things. So you're going to show what we have shown you is acceptable. So even anger is a surface emotion. Usually it's other shit under there. You going to show me that anger even though that other shit is still simmering under the surface. And I don't want to raise a son that's that way.
I think the hardest part of raising a son the way that you precisely want him to raise, who is emotionally intelligent and who is not afraid of those things, is that all of these other boys around them are going to be raised by men that say boys don't cry and boys don't talk about their feelings and boys don't talk about their emotions. And your son having to live in the midst of them ass hats.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be the difficult part.
It is.
You know, because the way that he exists is going to be challenged every day.
I know.
as shown in this situation.
Yeah.
They are challenging the positive relationship between a man and his son. And who knows how that shit gonna change. Maybe their relationship is strong enough for them both to say fuck them, but maybe they're standing in the community that they live in is one in which they say, well, maybe we shouldn't take these pictures no more, or maybe we shouldn't be this close, or maybe we should alter how our relationship is because we don't want to be involved in the scrutiny that comes along with this type of, you know, environment.
I hope their relationship is the former, not the latter, that it's strong enough. Hell, I hope the son has a son and they do the picture with him on him and then him on his dad. Like, I hope that is a tradition, because that's the only way that this is going to be broken, right? Is that we have families where the bonds are strong enough for them to say, fuck what y'all think. We're going to continue to do this. I'm going to raise a son that's going to do this. Who's going to raise a son that's going to do this, that's going to like, that's the only way eventually we can get the fuck out of this horrific cycle of boys don't cry.
Yeah. I wonder why Frank Ocean changed his name. The name of his album from Boys Don't Cry. It was supposed to be called Boys Don't Cry.
To Blonde.
Blonde.
I think he, you know, there was some shit with his record label. I think that was something to do with it.
I didn't know about none of that.
Yeah, I think he like dropped the something with the record label.
Oh.
So I think it had something to do with the record label.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We've got to get over that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, our boys need us. Mm-hmm. Men, they need to learn how to operate in this world. But they can't learn how to operate if you don't fucking know what you doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
very true.
A man being a part of a boy's life ain't enough. People be like, you know, women can't teach a boy how to be a man, and that don't mean men do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's the implication, but the value is in knowing that a boy, he gets something from having a male being a part of his life, but it has to be an appropriate male relationship.
Same way that everybody always assumes that a 2-parent household is going to be much more healthy than a single-parent household. If the 2 parents in that household are fucked up, that is not more healthy than a single-parent household in which that single parent is a healthy influence on the kids. Like, just having 2 motherfuckers in the house does not equal a healthy environment for a child.
Yeah,
like, that is not how that works.
It's not enough on its own.
No, it's not.
So, we got some shit going on with my boy BC, Bill Quaalude Cosby. What's a better nickname? Bill Only White Women's Cosby.
Oh my God, you hilarious.
Bill I'm Blind Cosby. Bill Here Go Drink Cosby.
Don't.
Bill Pull Your Pants Up Cosby. So Bill Cosby got some situations going on. He about blind, but he got a court date coming up for one of these allegations. Mm-hmm. And his lawyers, which I think is a new lawyer team, because the black lady that was representing him, mm-hmm. she's out. I don't know what she found out. I don't know what happened, but she's out. It's never good when one of your lawyers just leave, and she was about her business.
Yeah, but that might be why she out.
I know, right? Bill Cosby probably told her, well, I kind of did do a little fizz with one of the little girls, but it was an accident. I don't know what the fuck happened, but once your lawyer leave, it's a wrap on your public opinion, because people gonna be like, something happened.
Yeah,
you know, he had to be paying. Like, what would turn a lawyer away from that money?
Yeah,
integrity and morals and ethics. That's all. And that means something was found out. But the lawyers, the lawyer I think that was speaking mainly, like, I don't know, I'm not good remembering names, but like in the article it said who has client base such as Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson ain't never been in court about no good shit. No. So we at least know this dude ain't got too many morals out there.
Money talks.
Money be talking like a motherfucker. But they talked about racism being a problem and being the issue and being a reason why Bill Cosby is being targeted, and how the defense is using data defense, how the plaintiffs are using racism, the lawyers are using that, and they, you know, kind of the way that they going about the case. They wanted to get the case pulled from I think wherever they are to like Philadelphia, because where they are, the population is 90% white, 10% black, and Philadelphia got like it's 50-50. And not only that, but the district attorney last year used Bill Cosby in his campaign to say I'm gonna indict Bill Cosby. You know, and so they kind of want to leave that jurisdiction, so they using race. The thing is, it's just extremely ironic that Bill Cosby, the man who has been really implying his whole career that race don't mean shit and that black people need to get it together, it ain't about them being black, is now, if not on purpose, allowing his lawyers to use his race as a reason that this is happening to him, and this is and how the media is handling it because it got something to do with race. Now I don't know if the article don't say if they using this as a defense or if this was just speaking to the cameras or whatever, but it's like Bill Cosby really don't give a fuck about his own reputation being tarnished at this moment to be free.
Nah,
he in his damn life, and he been delivering the same message up to the last damn school he went to speak. You know, and now he allowing them to use race. Like he really must think this shit might get bad. Because if he get indicted on this one charge, he gets going to spend 10 years in jail. Which
I don't even know if he got a good 10 years in him.
Bill Cosby. If Bill Cosby get indicted to go to jail, he gonna quaalude his damn self.
I hate you.
He gonna just take all of them. He probably got a whole suitcase full of them in the basement.
I hate you so much.
I'm just saying, if I was the Quaalude king and the acting king back in the day, he gonna keep a stash. Like, have you seen John Wick? Damn. It's a scene in John Wick where he realized he finna go back to his old life, and so he go down to his garage where he cemented all his old tools into the floor, and he bust the floor with his hammer, and then he pull out his guns and all his weapons. Like, I just imagine that's like Bill Cosby got Quaaludes under his garage, and he just hid them shits away.
Is Quaalude still a thing?
No,
so he would have had to like.
Yeah, he would have had to have like a stock from like '87. Like them shit became illegal, like, and that stopped being processed at a certain point. Yeah, in his career, like. He would have had to like acquire as many of the Quaaludes he can have been using Quaaludes still for that shit. That's not to say they're not around, but the ones that are around are typically the ones that were still around back then. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because now people use Rufinol and other stuff.
And chloroform.
Do people use chloroform?
I don't know. They use it in movies. I don't know what they do in real life. In real life, clearly it has to be more subtle than putting a rag up to your face. Hey, what does this paper towel smell like? Smells like you gonna have a bad night. Like, I don't know. I don't know how rape works. I ain't a rapist. I don't do none of that shit.
How rape works.
I mean, I know how it. I mean, I know what it is. I'm just saying, I don't know the process behind a rapist and how they do shit and why they do or don't do shit.
That's like when somebody asks, "How did you get pregnant?" Like, what do you mean? Like,
so you mean like where? Like on a bed, on the floor, in the kitchen? Like, I mean, are you meaning where? You know what I'm saying?
Like, what do you mean by that exactly?
Or do you think I'm not attractive enough to actually have physically had sex with a person, and you think I went to a sperm bank? Like, that's getting offensive. Like, well, I need to know what you mean because I can take this the wrong way if you want me to.
A couple of different ways you can mean that.
Like, so I don't know. What would you do if you was like at a bar and you just happen to see a dude like put something in a girl drink? Like, what would you do?
Knock that shit over. Knock the drink over and call him out for it.
You wouldn't call like the police or tell the bartender, honestly, or like.
By the time the police got there, he could have been and took off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would just create a scene to save her. He probably ain't gonna try that with nobody else in that bar that night. So, because I just don't know realistically if I call the police if they would get there in enough time to like arrest him or how that it would even go. Because now I gotta prove he put it in there, all of that shit. I would just knock the drink over and be like, he was finna roofie you. You know that? Like, He's a roofier. I would create.
But he gonna go to another bar after that in which a you don't exist with a whole bunch of like.
I can't save them all because again, I just feel like realistically, if I call the police, by the time that they got there, I don't know what would happen because they may just talk to him and let him go. He still go to another bar. I don't know.
Yeah, because you just fucked up the evidence. It's all over the floor now. You might have made it worse.
I don't know. So I would just save her and anybody else in that bar because, like I said, I would create a scene. Like, he's putting roofies and shit. Don't drink no drink from this motherfucker. Like,
I think I called a bartender over. I said, listen, bartender, that gentleman over there in the green shirt, I think that he just put something in that woman's drink. I'm actually certain he put something in that woman's drink.
Okay, but you've been a bartender. So somebody comes to you and say he put something in her drink.
No. You gotta let me finish.
Okay.
I'm gonna cause a big ass scene, okay? So I just want to give you a heads up. But I do want you to remember that motherfucker face right there. So if he ever come into your bar again, watch his ass.
Okay.
But I'm finna go fuck this shit up.
So you do the same thing I did, but just alert the bartender.
Yeah, I let the bartender know.
Okay.
If you see a motherfucker face again in here, you call the police or something.
Okay.
You know, or at least let some girls know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'll be hard for a bartender to indict him.
Yeah.
You know, because ain't no evidence. He ain't a criminal for real.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't call the police, but I would just fuck up his shit for that night. Like, that's why, but see, again, this is why I don't accept drinks. I don't, from nobody. Like, I don't give a fuck if we sitting there at the bar beside each other. I don't want you to know. Because it happens super quick. Like, all it takes is, and then it fizzles in and that's it.
Well,
like,
you can buy your own drinking and get fucked up in the game.
I don't leave drinks sitting down, or if I do, I don't come back to them and drink them. Like, I don't drink a lot, so like most of this is just like shit that I've told myself I wouldn't do, because rarely have I been in a situation where I've had to do any of this. But I don't accept drinks from people, and if I set a drink down for like any amount of time where I wasn't like paying no attention to it, I don't drink that shit. I hate to waste alcohol because that shit is expensive, but I'd much rather do that than to wake up not knowing what the fuck happened to me.
Y'all gonna have women bringing sippy cups.
You right.
With a fucking combination lock on it to a damn bar.
You is
They gonna
right.
open that bitch, turn the top off, put the drink in it, put the lock on it, and now your roofie game has been fucked up now.
I mean, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Like, any young people that I see, like, going off to college and shit, like, young girls, I tell them that shit, like, don't let nobody, because that, you know, especially when you young, it's flat, who, he bought me a drink, you know what I'm saying? But don't let folks buy you no drink. Don't let nobody bring a drink over to you. Don't leave your shit unattended, because you're right. You know, it could be a drink you bought, but if you set it down and you're not paying attention, you go to the bathroom or some shit and come back. Or even if I'm with people, because here's the thing I've learned about my friends. You can leave and say, hey, I'm going to the bathroom, watch this shit. If a nigga come over and he talk, she ain't paying no attention to my shit no more at this point. So I just don't drink unattended drinks at all. Like, that's just been my rule of thumb, because I know that it happens very fast. And you ain't gonna remember shit the next day. So trying to figure out when that shit happened is not gonna, that's one of the side effects, is that you don't remember. So I just don't set shit down. I drink my drink while I got it, and if I gotta get up and go somewhere, then that just charge it to the game. I can't drink that drink, because you don't know. People crazy.
People are crazy. And
it's unfortunate that it has to be that way, but that was one of the first things my mom told me. Don't be accepting no drinks from nobody, and don't sit no drink down and drink it. Like, when I left for college, that was one of the few pieces of advice that my mom actually gave me. Or demanded. Wasn't no giving no advice.
And men, don't take your masculinity for granted. You can get roofied too. Mm-hmm. Wake up with your ass hurting in a hotel on the side of town that you don't know nothing about.
I hate you so much.
I'm just saying. That's the, I don't know.
That might be what happened when your side chick and your maid chick get together.
I know, right? Your ass gonna wake up in a hotel and both of them in front of you, and your ass chained up to the ceiling. You remember that episode of Fresh Prince? Where Lisa went crazy on his ass and tied him up in the cabin?
Yeah.
Like, be careful, man.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this before with the POF shit. Like, y'all inviting these bitches over to your house because you think you safe, but you think you finna get some ass. It ain't worth dying over because they killing folks out here. She'll show up. She ain't showed up by herself. She got her goons with her. Or in the case of the young man we talked about previously, she left and you thinking you had a wonderful date, and then she come back with the goons and you die.
Hell no.
Gotta be careful. These women crazy too.
Everybody crazy.
Basically. Just operate under the assumption.
Yeah, everybody had the potential to be crazy as fuck. Just treat people right. And you know what? There are times when you gonna treat people right and you gonna die.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the dude.
Yeah.
Like, but the best thing you can be is yourself. If you try to be different, and you gotta be safe, man. People that be scared to use Craigslist and stuff like, they be killing people on Craigslist. But the last time I met somebody in Craigslist, we met in Walmart electronics section. That's why I decided to meet it. Like, if you gonna fuck with me in Walmart electronics section, you just bold. You might as well do this shit to somebody random out in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be smart.
Yeah.
You got to know what you shouldn't do. Be like, well, I don't want to come to Walmart electronics session. If you want this good deal, you kind of got to meet me at 9:00 at night behind my house. Okay, well, it is a good deal. You gonna be good fucking dead. Be smart, people.
Use common sense. That's all.
That's all we got. Common sense.
Basically.
That's our self-defense mechanism in life. Okay. But anyway, you got anything else on your mind?
I still haven't. You know what? Ever since I decided that I was gonna leave that note,
you ain't did shit.
Dude ain't Paul Cricket no more. I'm kind of sad about it.
This is the universe. This is what the universe do.
It's telling me I shouldn't.
Soon as you let the universe know your plans, it gets shit together.
It's telling me I shouldn't be petty, but
maybe your last interaction was enough to change his mind in his life and make him be, more concerned about how he parked.
I doubt it.
Maybe you saved his life.
Okay.
Or at least save his windshield from a damn note.
Yeah.
Speaking of notes, send your Galaxy Note back.
Oh yeah, don't let that shit.
You can't even fly on planes with them no more. They are encouraging everybody to power your fucking Galaxy Note down.
Yeah, because they had, even since the recall, they've had more.
Yeah,
fires.
It's a bad battery cell.
So
it's two parts of the battery touching that ain't supposed to, and it's causing that shit to catch your Jeep on fire.
Listen, I had just bought my S7 when that recall happened. I was like, thank goodness I got the 7 and not the 7 Note. I had just bought. I'm talking about like the day before. I had just turned that shit on.
I promise you what's going to happen is them notes going to come back out, and they're going to come back out with some kind of fantastic deal or a lower price. And you know who going to jump on that? Your boy.
Mr. On Point Beard going to get burned off.
I don't give a fuck. I'm willing to take chances. Calculated risk taker. 35 out of a million. That's a chance I'll take.
I guess. I'm just gonna stick with my 7.
The way my luck works is the universe would not give me one of those phones that blew up. That's how my luck worked. But if it did, I would die from it. It wouldn't be just a simple, I would be dead. Like it'll blow my whole head off.
I'm just gonna stick with my 7. Plus the Note too big. I don't like humongous phones. My 7's good size.
I do.
I like it. Samsung Pay is awesome.
It is.
It's amazing.
It is. Our Samsung Pay is convenient as shit.
Literally use it anywhere.
Except the gas pump.
Yeah. But you just go out. I found a way around that. I just went inside and paid for it.
With Samsung Pay. Also, you should watch Atlanta.
I still gotta watch
some good shit.
I still gotta watch it.
I'm a biased Childish Gambino fan, but it looked like it's gonna be a show that goes kind of slow, but it's gonna be a good show. Anyway, that's all I got. Until we come to the next episode.
We out.
Holla.